What's up everyone, Joseph here. In this video, we're going to take a look at the grammar that is on page 54 of the book. That's page 54 on unit 8 of the second book, Adverbial Clauses of Time. So before we talk about adverbial clauses of time, let's talk about what adverb clauses are. Adverb clauses provide additional information about how something is done. They are like adverbs in that they tell the reader when, why, or how someone did something, When, why, or how someone did something, or uh, when, why, or how something happened. Uh, they show a relationship between them and the main clause. So these are like clauses, or in other words, sentences that have a relationship between them and the main sentence of the the two sentences in this case. Um, but today we're going to focus only on the adverbial clauses of time, which are part of the adverb clauses. So before, when, and after. Let me put this in bold before I continue. Before, when, and after are essential words for this grammar. We know we can use them to refer to different time periods. They are adverbs, and we use them to show relationship between the two clauses. Before, we use before to refer to an earlier time. For example, two people plan the wedding before they get married. We use after to refer to a time later than a moment. After two people get married, they move to a house together. And when to refer to a specific moment in time. For example, women usually wear a white dress when they get married. Let's take a look at the adverbial clauses. Before they get married, after two people get married, in this case, it's at the beginning, and when they get married. These sentences give more information about this part. This is the main sentence. And this sentence gives more information about this sentence. Two people plan their wedding before they get married. This happens before this. So we're giving more information uh, about what happens before they get married. What happens? Two people plan their wedding. And after, let's see, after two people get married, they move to a house together. So two people move to a house together, right? But after two people get married, after they get married, in this case, remember the pronouns are used to replace other nouns. In this case, two people is being replaced by they. So they move to a house together after they get married, right? So this is the extra information we are giving about this part. And women usually wear a white dress when they get married. Women usually wear white dress. What is the extra information? Well, at the moment when they get married. This is the extra information. This is the adverbial clause of time, uh, which gives us more information about a specific time. In this case, when they get married, at the moment they get married. So adverbial clauses of time are used to say the time when something happened using an adverb like when, after, and before, like we saw here in these examples. And there are other adverbs we can use. For example, we can also use until. But we're going to focus only on when, after, and before for today. So take a look at this sentence. Two people plan the wedding before they get married. The blue part is the adverbial clause. And the adverbial clause follows the structure. The adverb, in this case, is before. The subject, they. The verb, get. And the complement, in this case, is marry. So adverbial clauses of time can appear either before or after the main clause. If the adverbial clause comes first, we use a comma. For example, here the adverbial clause is first. Before couples marry, they send invitations. Notice that we use a comma here after the adverbial clause of time. And this is the same sentence, but with the main clause at the beginning. Couples send invitations before they marry. When Jeannie, When Jeannie and Tom met, they both lived in San Juan. Jeannie and Tom met when they lived in San Juan. Here the adverb clause of time is first and here is second. Notice the comma here after the adverbial clause. So this is a quick note. Remember that we use pronouns like they, he, she, and you know the others. I, you, we. When we know who or what we're talking about, remember about that. Because you might have said, well, here two people and then we use they. Here we use women and here we use they. Or here, for example, we use couple here when we say they. Remember that we use they and the other pronouns, so we don't have to mention the same subject over and over again. For example, imagine if I say two people plan the wedding before two people get married. No, we don't have to repeat two people. Remember that we can use the pronoun instead. Two people plan the wedding before they get married. And remember, an adverbial clause is subordinate because it needs a main clause to express an idea. This is the main clause. This is a main idea. They plan the wedding. And this is the subordinate sentence. This is the subordinate clause. Before two people get married. This sentence doesn't make sense without this one. If this sentence is alone, it doesn't make sense. Now this one makes sense. Somewhat on its own. But in this case, both needs each other. Let's see another. After I get home, I eat dinner. I eat dinner seems like a normal sentence. But this one, after I get home, what? After you get home, what? You need this sentence for this one to make sense. I eat dinner after I get home. I eat dinner after I get home. This sentence is the main sentence, and this one also the main sentence. And in this part, this is the subordinate and this is the subordinate. Remember, the subordinate needs the main clause to make sense. So this is the end of the video. I will see you on the next one.